This is reposted.
I am truly ashamed with how we're starting today's show, Andrew, because I feel like how long have we been doing this now?
Uh, 77, 70. We're in the 70s.
And we have never used a quote from Oprah Winfrey. I am ashamed of us. So we're going to rectify that today.
We can do it?
Yes,
Let's
Oprah Winfrey says one of the hardest things in life to learn are which bridges to cross and which bridges to burn. Ooh.
That's so true. And I think I have a really hard time knowing when to burn a bridge. I have a project I've been working on in LA for 3 years. I've been working with this producer who keeps on saying, oh yeah, we're going to do this. We're going to do this. And he fails me every single time. And I should burn that bridge, but I keep coming back. And I think it's a hard line to figure out is when to cut bait and think a relationship isn't working anymore. I mean, how do you approach that?
Is that what she's saying? Is she saying like, when do you just need to not be around a person or a situation? Like when is something not helping you anymore?
I think it serves to read relationships with people, but I think it also applies to like life with jobs. Like if you're working a job that isn't going anywhere, that isn't fulfilling, at some point you need to burn that bridge rather than continue to cross it. And also, like if you have friendships that are making you not happy. I mean, last week we talked about you are who you surround yourself with, and if you're surrounding yourself with negative people who are always making you feel bad about yourself, you need to set that bridge on fire.
I set it on fire. I do believe that you were going to start off this with me burning the bridge the first time we ever met when I said I was going to have you over for dinner, and then.
Yeah, that's another example of my inability to walk away from people.
Have you walked away from the producer guy yet?
No. I think he's walked away from me. He started ghosting me. He went off the rails back in March when COVID started, and I haven't heard from him since. But if he resurfaces, I'll continue to hear him out.
As a person, I mean, I don't know if you like conflict or not, but isn't that the better outcome? He ghosted you. You didn't have to ghost him.
No, I rather have closure. I want someone to say, that's enough of that.
I have recently, in the last 6 months, had to burn a bridge. But burning the bridge sounds a little.
Cut ties.
Cut tie. I've had to recently in a relationship say no more. And the guy is a really good guy. I really like this guy. Yeah. But it was just like I wasn't being myself around him. And he has a really important job. And I was just like, you know what? I think I wanted to be around him for the wrong reasons. And I had to finally say, like, you know what? This is not helping Larry Olson, the person.
Yeah.
And it's not a bad thing when you do your own thing, right?
No, it's not. I think something that's really important about this is having context. Like not knowing which bridges to cross and which to burn, I think maybe the most basic form of it. Like a kid says, I don't want to go to soccer practice because I don't want to do it. They don't have the full context of, it's like you need to approach life and be willing, because I think my general philosophy is like, let's see where this goes, so I'll figure it out. So like at least step on the bridge or start figuring something out and do your homework before you decide to burn it. Don't look at different options and say that's not going to work, you know, like
because I think sometimes we think life exists in a vacuum and then we could just do everything, but like you can't have unlimited. I mean, some people try to have unlimited friends and then they don't have a really good friend because all they have is unlimited friends.
Right.
You have to make decisions.
Yeah. When you have unlimited friends, you have, what is it? It's a mile wide and an inch deep. Like, I don't think you want to do that.
And that applies to hobbies. That applies to your job. It applies to everything, right? You can't do everything. So you have to make hard decisions on things or you're doing everything half-ass.
Yeah.
Although I will say Oprah Winfrey does nothing half-ass. She does everything great. And I once again feel ashamed that this is the first time we've talked about Oprah Winfrey.
Well, you should feel ashamed about that. One last thing I think about this is also remember the world doesn't revolve around you. And so make these decisions in context of like, if you're upset with a friend, look at yourself before you completely burn that, because sometimes it might be you.
Did you say get the log out of your eye before you get the speck out of somebody else's? Is that what you're trying to say?
That's exactly what I'm trying to say. If you have a post you'd like us to further explore, please reach out. You can find us at Reposted Podcast on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I'm Andrew Keller for Oprah Winfrey saying, thanks for stopping by.